Howdy, beautiful people. This is Dr. Lisa Met, from Texas, as you can tell. We have Lauren Martini here. We're going to have her information in the description box, but we're also going to put it on a little thing, plaque. And we have Andy Warhol with us. Right?
Yes. And
He's
your
been
son,
hanging around
Erik.
you, Lauren, right?
Yeah. So we have Erik with us. Of course, he says hello.
I love you, Erik.
How do you do? He's being very proper, which is funny, especially with the group that has been hanging out. So we have Andy Warhol and the loves of his life, Jed and John.
Hmm.
Yes. They
Okay.
I agreed to let them style me today.
All
So
right. Oh, you're looking
everybody,
good.
you know. Oh, okay.
Looking
So
good,
Andy
always.
wants me to get up. He wants me to show my accessories.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah. And the pearls are for John because he said I can't ever go on camera in a professional manner without my pearls.
Oh, that's so
So
funny.
he likes to wear pearls as well. He always has pearls on, um, like opera gloves.
Oh my gosh. You talking about John or Andy?
Yes,
John.
John.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, Andy, the first thing I want to say is thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it. And I'm
He
going to,
just backed John and Jed away. He's like, "Yes, ladies, it's my turn now."
oh, well, I'm going to say a little backstory, a little intro here. Andy Warhol, born August 6th, 1928. Oh my God, I think that's my mother's birthday. Are you a Leo?
Well, yes.
Ugh, I hope you ended up better than her. Anyway, died in February 22nd, 1987, was an American visual artist, film director, producer, and leading figure in the pop art movement. Do you like Campbell's soup? I'm just kidding. That wasn't one of the
Well, of course I do. I painted again.
awesome. What were you a genius or some
Yes.
military of some military marketing operation or plant? I'm not sure if I understand
He
that.
said, "Yes, I'm a genius. I don't know about the other stuff."
Military marketing operation or a plant.
Oh, okay. So he's showing me there must be photographs of him in the newspaper or something about a group that he was involved in really young. Is it? I think it's about World War II. Yes. Okay. So it has something to do with Nazis.
Oh,
Uh, so there was like maybe a fascist. It turned into like a fascist and like weird club, but it didn't start out that way. So when he initially was interested in it or the connection, all of that stuff didn't leak into it yet.
okay.
So as soon as that, he was like, "Oh, this isn't for me." No, 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 no.
Okay. Good. So, what is your opinion about the influence of artificial intelligence on art nowadays, and how will it impact artists like you? Will that put an end to graphic artists? I can't imagine.
He loves it. I just got goosebumps. He's so excited that technology is being used with art because everything is art. Technology is art. Let's make it as weird and different and something that nobody has ever seen or could ever conceive to be seen. These technical geniuses, when it comes from the graphic design and art world, are creating something that looks like we could actually reach out and touch it.
Wow.
How incredible is that while it's moving? I loved video. I loved TV. I knew that was the future. And I just always was a forward thinker. He's very progressive. He created the studio in the, was that 50s to 60s, he's saying. And he wanted it to go to TV. He leans back and goes, "I actually created MTV. It was, stuff that we were playing with."
Oh,
Um,
cool.
and then that was where the root, I guess, idea came from. He's not saying that MTV stole his idea. It was stuff that he started doing, which jump started like a music video, because he
Cool.
would just do art and film it essentially. And
That's
that
awesome.
was the art.
That's so cool.
So
Right.
as that evolves, it does look like, well, a music video. And then the intent switches from it just being an artistic clip of art being created and creation. It becomes more intentful to the music video. So he's saying, no, I didn't create the music video, but the idea of film in short segments as art
Yeah.
kind of came from him.
Well, maybe you can help the illustrator, animator that's working on illustrator, I think, that's working on the Erik documentary. That'd be cool. You could help her.
Don't you worry. That's all I needed was an invitation.
Oh, all right. Did you foresee AI coming?
Well, no, but yes, in a way. So he's saying, like, did I sit there and go, and write down, yes, this is coming? No, but any forward thinker, your mind goes that way.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, so it was conceivable. Did he think about it? Yes, but I don't know that there's much documentation on it.
No. Well, I mean, computers weren't a big thing before you died anyway.
Well, and then he's just brought up the TV thing again, and
Yeah.
and he's saying even the graphic design stuff, he's like, that's what I did with silk screening. That's graphic design.
Oh.
It was mass production of a printed object. I was the first that did block coloring. I did hard edge. That's graphic design.
That is awesome.
I got goosebumps, kid and Andy.
You might, my deceased sister Denise, she was a graphic design artist. She's over there. She can hobnob and trade stories with you. Okay, one of your famous quotes is something like this: in the future, everyone will be famous for 15 minutes. I mean, everybody gets their 15 minutes of fame, something like that. Now, nowadays, with social media and the possibility to go viral with memes or short videos, kind of realized this prediction. And what do you think about this? And is that the kind of phenomena you were pointing toward?
It was funny. As soon as you started saying that, he's like fanning himself. He's like, I created everything. That's
cool. You are a god. We are not worthy.
Yeah, he's like, I created the influencer. He's like, look, I just created personification.
Yeah.
What I did was just say, I want to be this, and I was that. And I showed that it doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, what you've been through. All you have to do is put on your personification, and you could be whoever you want to be. Yeah. You don't have to have the lineage. You could literally be that. I was literally a model and took on all aspects of it, wearing corsets, starving myself so I could be the thinnest, just so I could show the public that Andy Warhol is whoever Andy Warhol feels like being. Yeah. And everybody has the right to personify whoever they want to be on that given day. Because sometimes we need a little Zsa Zsa Gabor. Yeah. And sometimes we need, and he shows me like himself, like with his slicked back hair, very masculine. And he says, sometimes you need a male leader. Yeah. So whatever personification you need that day, do it. All I did was take it to the extreme so that everyone could fill in the gaps along the spectrum.
Make it an exaggeration to make a point, in other words.
Correct. And it was also a suit of armor so that everyone knew it's okay to put yourself out there, because you can personify whatever you want. And when you close your doors, you are your true self and whoever you feel like being. And it's a way to protect yourself and your true self so you can still be an artist and be authentic.
Yeah.
You personify and the public knows that you're personifying. Now it's just entertainment, right? Now you're a character. You're an energy that you really just resonates with you during your human experience. So why not push that to the edge, show everybody that? And it's a way to protect yourself, be authentic, and be unbiased. It blocks it in a way and keeps yourself genuine, but you can sell out at the same time and get the money.
There we go.
It's very luxurious and extravagant.
Yeah, I bet.
Yes, he's trying to get me to ask for money more. And I'm like, oh my God. So
Awesome. All right. But what is, in his opinion, in your opinion, the current leading avant-garde genre or movement? And is it related to the internet, like digital art, memes, YouTube videos? So what's the current avant-garde? What's the current movement?
Well, yeah, he's kind of like, that's not very avant-garde of the person to ask that in a way. I don't understand that. And can you he's basically saying avant-garde is avant-garde. Avant-garde is whatever it is to you. Some people don't even know what that word means. So my opinion doesn't matter. What's your opinion? Do you like it? If you don't like it, maybe that avant-garde isn't for you. You should try your own avant-garde. Put that out there. That person at least put it out there. Let's see what you got. I want to see some more avant-garde. So he's encouraging people to be less critical, try to create themselves before they place themselves in from a judgmental lens.
Yeah, it's the bleeding edge, basically. It's new and unusual or it's experimental ideas, especially in the arts, or the people introducing them. It's also as an adjective favoring or introducing experimental or unusual ideas. A controversial avant-garde composer, for example. Now you were avant-garde. You seemed like you were quite the manifester too.
He's asking what is the question he's saying?
What are you considering some of your favorite avant-garde experimental things here right now?
Oh, okay. So he's okay. So he's showing me a lot of different things that okay, can we do one at a time? Okay, so we're gonna start with he's showing me how people play with different objects to paint. He liked to do that as well. So he's showing me an artist who will put different colors in like a tub and like have it connected to a string, twist it, and it creates like a geological art, because he will like unplug the paint at certain things, catch it, twist it harder, and let it fly a different direction, and it creates some really amazing like splatter effects.
Wow.
Way beyond a marble that Pollock was pulling off. He's saying that kind of splatter art, and then you see that is then scanned into the technology, and now we can make the splatter come off the page and turn into a person. And now the splatter is the energy and can talk about why it did it.
Wow.
That's avant-garde. That's the direction. That's the stuff that I like.
Cool. So I like sacred geometry type of stuff too. I don't think that's maybe
and that's what he's saying. Cool. So essentially the artist is allowing, right? Because the artist is the true channeler of what resonates with them, or whatever their motivation is at that point in time. Mostly it's what's affecting the collective, because the artists are very empathic, and that's what they create, is what they feel. So through that, and with the technology, you're actually capturing the energy of that moment in time.
And this is not on this list of questions, at least I haven't come to, but what kind of connection does art in general have to the soul and vice versa?
It is the soul. Art is everything. Art is energy.
Wow.
Art is our expression of energy.
Just like numbers have energy and money has energy, and different art
colors have energy, shapes have energy.
Yeah.
Just like you were saying, Elisa, the geometric shapes.
Sacred geometry, yeah.
Yeah, the sacred geometry. That is the impression of the energy that the artist is capturing. And look, it's sacred. So he or she's capturing that sacred energy as they allow just themselves to be a channel and not over controlling anything.
Okay.
He said that was one thing that was what art meant to me, was utter just letting yourself go. You don't have to fit in a box. You don't have to look like this person. You don't have to feel like this person, because I'm an artist. I'm a genius. I feel what everybody feels around me. I felt what it was like to be those people, and I wanted nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
That didn't feel good to me either. Would it have made my life easier? Hell yeah. But look at what I did. Look at what I created. I got to be free. I created personifications to keep everybody at bay. And then I lived my life as much as I could in that time period, how I wanted to. I at least had the finances to do it, and my art was my outlet to be free. I completely would just let go. And that's what people truly need. And that's what everything is energy. So numbers, yes. Colors, yes. Capturing the energy in the moment. That's all what it's about.
Yeah, you've got to, the soul yearns to express itself too.
Exactly. Right? We're here to experience.
Do you have any connection with extraterrestrials, alien hybrids, anything like that? Again, this is just my question.
No. He said he thinks people think that he was an alien, like when he was here on Earth, and no.
Okay, that's simple.
Sorry, guys, I'm just a boring gay kid from Pittsburgh.
All right. Did conceptual art have its peak, or is there still a future for it and other art genres that are upcoming?
Well, there's a future for all art.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Yeah, there's always a future. It really just depends on if the person acts. If a person acts, then yes, there's always a future for it. We might not be here to see it, but it's always going to resurface because someone will eventually act on it.
Okay.
They'll catch the whiff of that energy and act on it.
Awesome. Silver-tongued devil, you are. All right. Classical art was mostly funded by the rich. Therefore, a lot of artworks depict royalty, etc. It was kind of more of a mastercraft. Modern art and postmodern art provided a bigger stage for normal, I guess that means not wealthy artists, or just normal artists that wanted to express their creativity in unique ways. What is your opinion on this distinction?
Well, so he started talking while you were still, so I tried to take a note. He said, yes, I try to make a mockery of it. Do you know how much money I made off of silk screen portraits for the rich?
No.
He said,
a lot, I guess.
So much. It funded everything. It was everything. So I just was like, well, why don't I take the classic art market then? These pictures are boring, old, and drab. Why don't I give it some color? Take some photographs, and I can print these 1,000,000 times over and make as much money as I could print.
So you think the Mona Lisa is boring and drab?
Yes, if you want a modern look in your home, I don't think
got it.
It would be like the way to go, especially
I love color.
Like yes, and that's what he's saying. It's the bright,
every color. I mean, it's awesome.
He goes, yes, that's pop, Elisa. That's pop art. We want to catch you.
I don't have any expensive shit in my house. Okay, maybe you'll paint me something. All right, what is it?
Oh my gosh, he said, "Here you go, Lauren." So he has been dying for me to do a Bob Ross video, but he paints it, but he wants to act like Bob Ross. And I'm going to let him drive and paint. So he was like, she's the only woman in the world I know you would paint, like do this for it. So yes, Elisa, Andy and I will paint you the very first Afterlife Andy Warhol original.
Wow, I wish I could paint. Or sing for that matter. But anyway, not everybody can be perfect, I guess. Okay, I want to ask you.
He loves you.
Lauren, what is he wearing now? We should give him the stage. We know what Deb or John were wearing, but not
John. Okay, so he was like, oh, I thought you never asked.
I knew it. I felt he wanted me to ask that. What's wrong?
So I need you to know that they are sitting on a velvet couch. It's very sleek, like rounded at the top. It's blue velvet. It's very peacock feel to everything. And he said, because we're peacocks.
Ah,
Paisley tie, not tie, I forget what they're called, but it's like a wrap with a smoking jacket.
like an ascot?
And yeah, ascot, thank you.
Okay.
With his smoking jacket, silk, and smoking shoes, the slippers. They are also blue velvet with gold trim.
Wow.
Being very specific. He does not have his wig on at this moment. You are so handsome, by the way, sir, without your
Oh,
wig.
I'm gonna look him
He
up.
has his hair perfectly slicked, manicured back, and he's a very handsome man. He has stunning, stunning eyes, stunning blue eyes he's showing me.
That reminds me of the first
Are you
day
checking
my
your
father
phone?
flew in from Spain. He was on call as a surgeon at NYU in the emergency room. Well, he did what they always do in Spain when they get the call. Hey, you need to see a patient in the ER. He goes, he says, smoking jacket and ascot and everything. And they go, what the fuck are you doing? Go back. Get changed into scrubs. Anyway, he was channeling his inner Andrew. Andy.
Oh, he wants me to tell you that this is his like personification. So I guess he likes to like change his eye colors and stuff.
Wow. Okay. What is it to you, the definition of finished artwork? And what makes a successful art piece? I guess the eye of the beholder to me. But what do you think?
He said, well, art is never finished. Like energy is never finished.
Yeah.
It always will carry on and capture a different look or feel based on the time and era in which it's being perceived. So art, much like our experiences here on earth, are relative. So art never stops. It's never done because it's always going to mean something different to somebody else later on in that timeline.
Well, I read a book by, actually, I went to media training with her, Marie Cassou or something. She wrote this great book, like Point Zero Art or Art Point Zero, whatever. I can't remember the name of it, but it was basically you cannot start creating art with an already idea of the goal. It's a process, it's a flow. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay.
He said, absolutely, 1,000%. He said, I don't think if you are a true artist and what's in your head ends up on the piece of paper, it means really nothing. It's just that. It's a picture.
Yeah.
If you feel something, it might start as that picture because that's what you just popped into your head and you thought, okay, let's go with that. And you start doing the background, and then all of a sudden, this looks awesome and I want to go over here. And now it's something completely different. And that's what art is.
Okay.
It's channeling and having a physical expression.
It's a channeled journey.
Of your relative moment in time.
Yeah. So like a channeled journey.
Yes, exactly.
All right. How did you see your collaboration with the artist Basquiat? Sounds like he's Catalan or something. I don't know. And what was the intention of your work together with Basquiat? I'm going to look him up real quick.
He is an absolute genius. He was an up and comer. Oh. He and I resonated because, I had a really rough upbringing. I was the opposite type of person for the environment that I lived in. And he had a similar experience. He's African American in a time when, it was tough to be African American.
Yeah.
And
1960, New York City.
Yeah, he said a lot of people thought he and I had a sexual relationship, but it was really, truly, it was a paternal relationship. It was a very mentor-mentee, almost fatherly. I wanted to just keep him safe. He just was one of those people that would push that boundary and make the spectrum even broader and more beautiful. And I'm getting goosebumps as he's talking about him. He was so much. Oh, hi. He popped in.
Yeah, he died. He's
Um,
part of the 27-year-old club. Died of a heroin
yes,
overdose.
heroin
Sorry.
overdose.
Yeah.
He was like, my bad, but it was supposed to happen. And he like came in and like just like engulfed Andy, around
Oh,
the neck, like gave him a big hug from behind. He's waving to everybody and just it like sat there and then put his head this way.
oh, that's so sweet.
Uh,
I'm gonna look
and
up your art later.
yeah, so he's showing these art. He's famous for it's like a stick drawing kind of subway
Okay.
art.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your
Yes.
favorite of his?
Who?
Basquiat.
What piece of art is Andy's favorite of
Yeah,
his?
there's so
Andy.
many. Look at it. Look, wow.
Okay. So okay. Oh, I might have to Google it. It looks like it has oh, he painted it for him. It
Oh,
was one
okay.
of the pieces that Basquiat painted for Andy. I think it has like a green background. I see it looks like it was almost like a self-portrait or something.
Okay,
That's
that's
it.
okay. Don't worry about it. He's very prolific, so we don't have to do that.
Hey guys, I'll
All right.
post it in I'll find it on the internet, then post it in the comments
All right.
once you.
What artist did you, Annie, get inspiration from? Contemporary, generations before, whatever, anybody.
He said all of them and then none of them. I wanted to be as different from all of them as I could be.
Mm.
Picasso
Oh yeah,
was his
I can see that.
main one. He liked that it was so different.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's ask one more question, then we'll stop and we'll do part two.
Okay.
It seems like, Andy, that you're very wise and spiritual. You knew, for example, that your vibe was important. I remember a quote that was something like, find something to be happy about to keep yourself balanced and inspired. Did you have spiritual teachers, or did you just learn this somewhere, or was it an inner knowing? Maybe you're an old soul. Lots of
He
lifetimes.
said, no, I didn't have like any spiritual teachers. If anything, I was the spiritual teacher
Mm.
and kind of just voicing this stuff. Um, he's pushing me. He's like, I was a lot like her. I noticed that I had influence and I wanted to use it, well, for good. He said, people didn't see it as good. People saw it as disruptive, which it was, and it was supposed to be, but it was
Yeah.
supposed to be accepting. I wanted people to be accepted and they didn't have to, because that's what's wrong. Everybody has to fit into a box. It's a system that was created and we're still, you guys are still essentially living in it. And even though more things are accepted now, the system still remains because it's
Yeah.
hard to change that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I wanted to create a new reality. I wanted to show people that, look, I did it. You can create your own reality. Just all you got to do is try. Go ahead,
Like
take
Salvador
just
Dali. What about Rubin painting all those nudes? I'm sure that shook people up. I don't know. I wasn't there.
He goes,
Barely missed
oh,
that time.
yeah. He's like, yes, Lisa, you should have saw my nudist collection. It was very provocative.
I will look at that, man. Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and stop this and we will
Okay.
move on to part. So you guys check her out. Description box, splash screen, however you get it. Lauren Martini, guidingperceptions.com. And Andy, if you could stay with us for a little bit, that would be great. All I need to do is find the record button so I can stop. It always moves on me. All right, here we go. All right, hit the notification bell so you don't miss part two, people.